Morning. I'm late, I know. It's in the surf. Training. I've got an event coming up on 8th of October going up to the Sunshine Coast as a representative of the Gold Coast to take on the boys up there at the Sunny Coast Bodyboarding Club and take back the title for the Gold Coast. So I've been in the water getting ready for that. Hey Saucy Link, how are you, mate? Yeah, so I'm a bit late today. Oh, you two are close though. Saucy Link just gets in and goes, beat A-Dog. Yes. A-Dog got in and went, liked. So yeah, good to see you both. I've just been out in the surf, so I'm a bit late today. Hey, Hourglass, how are you, man? Holla. Holla. Alright, I'm just going to post up in statement before I forget. Which means I have to bring up YouTube, which I already forgot to do. Economy's been pretty steady overnight, really. Last time I looked, Bitcoin was sort of fluctuating between 3.9 and 3.950. We'll check it out in a second. I only just literally got back from the surf and jumped straight on because I had a quick shower first. Then jumped straight on. So yeah, I haven't actually had a look at the economy properly since I got back. So we'll be looking at it together. See my reactions live. You know what I did this morning too? I actually paid registration for a comp I've got coming up down at Port Macquarie for DK sessions coming up. And I actually paid that using PIVX. Hey, Agent Smith. I actually used that paying PIVX this morning. I went over to the Slack group. What's exciting today, man? Exciting that I went over to the Slack group and just said, hey guys, I got a comp on. It's like $100 Aussie to register. Any chance the PIVX community want to pay for that? And they just went, boom, 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 donate, Chad. Actually donated the whole amount. And yeah, I did a quick video and paid my registration using PIVX this morning for an event I'll be entering in October. So October, November, I can't remember. I think it might be November actually. But yeah, DK sessions, a lot of good riders going in that one, so looking forward to that one. Let me just post this up. Oh, you shared on Twitter. Thanks, A-Dog. See you, mate. We'll catch up with you. I've done that wrong. Oh well. Alright, let's bring up CoinMarketCap and see where we're sitting. I think Zhao's just letting everyone know. Keep the chat up there. Hey Zhao. Yeah, Zhao's in. I thought I heard him beeping. SNE, what's going on, man? Love those lyrics you wrote, bro. Don't know how old you are, but that's impressive poetry for... I think you might be around A-Dog's age. I was asking you a question on Twitter saying, man, how old are you? That's some seriously good writing. G'day, Grinkers. Take a look at QTM if you're getting a chance. I'm thinking about entering. Yeah, Agent Smith, we'll do that straight away for you, bro. Let's have a look at QTUM because it's one that we should have all piled into at 750. I don't know what's happened to it since then, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be above that. Let's have a look at coinmarketcap.com. I think Zhao got it around $8, so at least one of the group got in at a nice low price, I'd imagine. 136.3 billion, so very, very steady at the moment. Just fluctuating between 137, 136. It's just staying real steady. So that's nice to see, you know, consolidation period after some wild times in the economy. Wilkie always gets bored in times like this because he wants to trade. Me, I'm happy to take a break. Gets a bit crazy after a while. But yeah, nice to see it nice and steady at the moment. Look, some minor retracements in some coins. Nothing really major on there. IOTA's one notable one in the blue chips that has dropped 6.5% in the last 24 hours. The rest are 1 to 2% max, and Ripple's even gone up. There you go, Agent Smith. Hey, let's have a look at IOTA for you. Sorry, QTUM for you, bro. 956. Yep. Okay. Has had pretty good run up, but long term I see that as really cheap buying. I think it's a quality project. Let's have a look at the actual chart and see if we can find some support levels for you. Just as my advice, man, and honestly, Bo Bosch is probably going to be a better man to talk to. He does some good analytics, but I'll have a quick Fibonacci sequence eyeball of it for you and see if we can get you some support on QTUM, find some good buy points for you, man. Won't be a second, Agent Smith. Just loading up now, bro. We'll start with QTUM for the Ripple lover, Agent Smith. I've been going crazy on research today, going to map out, understand top 200 coins and tokens. Man, that's a good call, Hourglass. That's a big job though, bro. 200 tokens, trust me, once you get through about 5 or 10 of them, your brain will be like... I haven't even looked at those ones we put up for yesterday, like Campus Coin and Ether Dark and that. It just takes a while, man. You gotta be into it. Let's have a look at QTUM. Yeah, man. Look, there's a nice little... just having a look at the thing there. That's too short a graph. Let's get that time frame out. Good sideways movement after a dip from the parabolic. So, I think... Yeah, I think support could be at... It looks like it's hit it 3 times in recent times, really consistently. Around the 247, so 247,000 flat. If you look for your buys there, that's pretty good. At the moment, there's a little bit of a spread, 249858 to 250749. So yeah, it is starting to get that little... I'm just going to see if I can get it right, but you see... Oh, hang on, I'll line up the supports for you, so I'll show you what I was doing. Just in the last little bit, because it's... Just in these last... Since it's gone up there again, you see these 3 sections down here. 1, 2, 3. All hit almost exactly the same point. And this one's just kicking up again off that. So I expect it actually to get up to these ones again. These peaks. And then maybe back down to there and then up again. So, yeah, it's hard to tell. There's going to be information coming out all over China, and that's going to heavily affect QTUM because it is a Chinese-based project. But for me, if I was looking to get into QTUM and I was desperate, I might actually take a little bit off the sell book. Not off the sell book, but I might outbid the highest bidder at the moment. The reason being, it has got that restore confidence after a dip just starting to show. It's got that little buy signal starting to appear. It doesn't mean that it's going to go up now. It could easily continue to drop. But to me, I don't know, it's a good project and it's too cheap at that price. So I like that level I called it. I think it was 240,000. 247,000 flat. That's for me, Agent Smith. Please make your own decisions and maybe just ask Bo Vosh, man. He loves doing his analytics and see what he thinks. You know me, I like to split my buy orders anyway, so I might take a little bit at the top bid right now. I might try and beat the best bid and grab it there, and then I might set that at the at that 247, and then set like a jackpot way down at, I don't know, you could even set it as low as 235 where that big candle comes out. So have a look at it for yourself, man. But it has had a bit of run up from 750, so we're still not certain with what's going on in China, right? Not that I've heard. So I like it though. Long term, I think you're safe buying at this price. That's my personal opinion. Although I think Icon will be a good project to take over the Asian Ethereums, if you like. But yeah, cool. I like QTUM, man. So thank you for bringing that one in, Agent Smith. If anyone else has a coin they want me to have a look at, I'm happy to do it. Just chuck it out there in the chat. In the meantime, I'll go back through the economy and see what I see as good buying. S&E just said, I have very little idea about what's going on, but it's still entertaining. Now, we're talking economy and trading, so it's certainly not something for the underages. Hey, Crypto K, how's that flight, bro? Good to see you landed safely. Frothing over that world record attempt yesterday. Trust is doing good, Johnny. Jiao, I sent out, let's have a look at that, but I did actually get some sells on that, which always means it's doing good, because as you guys know, I don't set my sells below where I bought it from. Thanks for the cash. You got it, Crypto K. ACU5, how are you, man? Missed. Okay, cool, bro. We'll have a look at that as well. Let's start with having a look at, which one was it? Trust. Yeah, gee, I wanted to have a look at Trust. Hey, actually, when I had a look at it yesterday, did you guys, for those of you who were in the chat yesterday, I was asked for my top 5, and I ended up with about 10, but I kept going back to Vertcoin and Trust. I hit a couple of times, but Vertcoin and Litecoin, and they both had really good gains. And I called the Vertcoin support almost perfectly yesterday. I said 23,000, right? Do you guys see what it did after that? We'll have a look after Trust. Let's have a look at WeTrustCoin. It's a Vitalik advised project. He has tweeted and said that he doesn't have a lot of time to be advising on the actual project at the moment. So please take the fact that he is listed as an advisor with a grain of salt if you are looking to get into TrustCoin, which the trade symbol is TRST. Hey, I love the Vert team too, ACU5. I think they're really kicking goals, mate. Really kicking goals. Yeah, so Vert was one of my long-term holds that I said yesterday. I said good buying anytime under $1 as well. Not just long-term holding. If you want to buy some extra under $1, you can do that. Yeah, so TrustCoin had this good run up, and then I've sold out of it a little bit because it did have this big run up. I'm just going to show you that. So that's the fish effect, the fish in the crypto wave investment crew, because that was about the time we were on air yesterday. And I was saying trust was one of my favourites. So obviously I bought millions of dollars of investment into that coin just by talking to 8 people. So obviously a lot of whales in this group. Just joking around, guys. But no, it was good for me. Like, I sold out and I haven't been able to buy back, because I always wait for those like good dips to buy back. Where am I set? Like, I've sat way down at 8787 and 8731. I found a couple of support points there to try and get my trust coins back that I sold out of. I didn't sell a whole lot, as you guys know. With long-term baggers, I don't tend to trade a whole heap of it. So I traded about 20% at those highs, and now I'm looking to try and get it back much cheaper. So we'll see how we go with that. It does look like that 9250 level's acting as some support at the moment in most recent times, and it did also dip to that point a few hours back and got bought up pretty quickly. So if you are swing trading, maybe 9250 as your supports, and at the moment it looks like it's getting sold out. It's pretty hard to pick. It's pretty hard to line up resistance at the moment because we're higher than we have been in quite some time. But if we go back, there is actually resistance lining up at several points at 9712, just rough, just hover, bang, fishy eyeball. And as you know, you shouldn't, like 9712's, you're probably better off going before that psychological number, so 9709, just drop it back 3 Satoshi. You'd be surprised how often that makes a difference. Oh, cool. Thanks, yeah. We Trust have just had a dev update on their Twitter minutes ago. And this is why Xiao was asking about it. The man's onto it. Thank you. You put that in the Discord, did you, Xiao? I'd say that's in our Discord group for anyone who's wanting to have a look at that. So that's good to see. I haven't actually checked up with a lot of the news. As I said, I was out training this morning, so I haven't had a chance to check up. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Xiao. Legend. All right, so we had a look at Trust. Let's have a look at Vertcoin because I want to brag. Post link to Discord, no problems, ACU5. Got you covered, bro. Got you covered. Let me get it out of Discord. Crypto chat. Must be in news, probably. Just find it here, won't be a sec. Crypto K's got some stuff in there. Bo Vosh, all the regular legends. We Trust community update. Here we go. I'll just flick this over in the chat as well. Save link, copy link address. ACU5, you're welcome to join us at our Discord group if you like, man. We just talk investments. If you'd like me to just put the link up for that, I'm happy to. Just let me know in the chat. Oh, Xiao's already done it. Beat me to it. Very good. Thank you, Xiao. Yeah, so you're welcome to join us there, ACU5. We just talk crypto, man. All opinions are welcome. We just ask that no one personally attacks each other. And no spamming, preferably. We're just there to talk crypto. I heard Neo and LTC's Reddit pages got hacked earlier today. Really, Agent Smith? Was it you? I'm blaming you. You and Ripple. I imagine it was Ripple. What's the SNE? SNE. Shh. I got you, Agent Smith. Between you and me. SNE. I think it's a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I'm not good with computers. No, I'm joking. I'll have a look at SNE. Oh, that's ringing a bell. Above. Oh, SNE. Oh, SNE is one of A-Dog's mates. I'm writing him a rap because he's reached 1,000. Hey, Joe. Nah, I didn't, man. I just said that at the start of the convo. I didn't get a chance to check out those coins we were looking at yesterday. Ethereum Dark, Campus Coin, and Nibulin, or Nibulus, or whatever it was. Yeah, so I didn't get a... Oh, you do business at school. That's cool. Wow. Okay, cool. Good on you, SNA. You must be a little older than A-Dog if you're studying that sort of stuff, man. Sorry, I didn't realise that. Getting back to Crypto Care Joe's question. Joe, I didn't get a chance, man. I've just been busy and I got comp coming up. You think it might be a decentralised marketplace. There's a few of them coming out. If you had a look at SafeX and District 0x, there's a few decentralised. 15. Cool, man. Good on you, SNA. Man, those lyrics you sent me were next level. Good poetry, bro. I like it. So we'll try and work that into the rap that we're writing for you. Getting back to crypto. So I'm going all over the place at the moment. Gio's just saying it's getting said all over Twitter at the moment. Gio, yeah, both I'm invested in. SafeX is going to take me to the moon. You think typical? No, actually, I've got to tell you, Joe's 19 years old, and most 19-year-olds don't have a temperament for investing. They don't. Joe does. He's pretty level-headed for a 19-year-old, you know what I mean? But he does. He's very optimistic as well. Everything's going to the moon. Maybe it will, Joe. Mate, you can say whatever you want after giving us that icon ICO, brother. Everyone's pretty stoked about that one. He's saying we got 2% extra on that. Go SafeX, says Z. Z's a fan of SafeX as well. Hey, Z, I got your text too, bro. I just got out of the surf, so I hadn't had a chance to respond yet. Like, I literally was out training this morning, so I'll give you a text after the show. What were we going to have a look? We're going to have a look at... I want to have a look at VTC for bragging rights more than anything. Yeah, everyone's hoping... I hope one of the big players... Like, I know that you've got a bit more than me invested in it, Joe, and I know that Wilkie does too, and I'm really hoping one of you boys get the big bonus. But having said that, if I get doubled my investment, I won't be too disappointed either on that ICO one. But I don't think it matters, mate. Well, obviously it matters, but honestly, do you think anyone's selling coins that sold out within 6 hours? $45 million raised, $90 million company valuation. No one's selling those coins. So when we hit market, I think we're going to see substantial growth anyway. So whether you've got $10 or, well, I don't know what the minimum was, but whether you've got the minimum investment or the maximum, I think you're going to do quite well in that project. So again, Joe, thank you very much, man. It was a good fun one for us all to get into. Wait till you all read about my company's ICO. Cool, man. We'll have a look at that ACU5. Thank you. That'll be interesting, bro. We look forward to it. We'll certainly assess it as a group and give you our honest opinion on that one. Yeah, the guys who picked up an extra 75,000 ICX are just going to be going pretty much at 150k sometime in the future. I'm serious. I reckon it'll go $2 a coin easy. You working on it still, ACU5? Yeah, man. That's it. Get a good develop. Like when I assess ICOs, bro, just to give you an idea of what investors are looking for, and you've probably already done all this. I'm just giving you some market feedback. I really look for good solid teams and some development work done pre-project, or at least a really clear defined roadmap and a clearly defined plan. Probably just release it nice ICO. Interesting strategy, ACU5. I've seen some different strategies with ICO releases, and that's a cool one. I like that. Yeah, we look forward to putting it under the scrutiny of the group, man. That'll be cool if you'll let us do that, bro. We just, you know, even if you want to do it beforehand, we can give you some feedback on what we think of it, and happy to do that if you join us over at the Discord group privately within the Crypto Wave investment crew. And you can just private message me there even, or whatever. So I'd love to give you some feedback if you're looking to launch. That's pretty cool, bro. Good on you. Good on you for showing that initiative. I hope you've got a really good value proposition for the economy, and I look forward to hearing about it. Oh man, SNA, look, honestly, hang around for these chats if you like, because even though you're too young to be investing at 15 years of age, there's really good stuff to learn, because this is the future, in most of the people's opinion here, this is the future of technology, and going to be a massive investment space going forward. Similar to when I was your age and the internet started coming out, right? And that was just huge. Like, it's what's called the dot-com bubble, but there was also a lot of dot-com millionaires for good solid projects off the internet. And as you know, now pretty much the whole world runs on the internet. So blockchain, which is what we talk about here with the cryptocurrencies, is the version 2, if you like. It's a more secure, a decentralized version of the internet. It allows us to do a lot of things in a lot of different industries. So it should disrupt the planet the same way the internet did back when I was about 15. Bubbles make a lot of money, just set those stop losses. Yeah, I don't like to play stop losses, Joe. I'm not a big swing trader, man. I either believe in the long-term project or I don't. There's a few that I swing trade and I don't even bother to set stop losses. I'll lose the lot before I go, oh, I got that part wrong. I hate setting stop losses. Hate it. That's up to you guys, though. If you're playing with big money for short term, you do need to set some stop losses. Check YouTube Discord section. Sure, will do. Thanks. What now? You guys know I'm not good fumbling around with this. YouTube. Here we go. Let's have a look. Bo Vosh has been busy there. Where's Bo Vosh today? For 1%. FIFA 18 SNE. Oh, that's for you. Okay, you got your Cool, you got your own YouTube thing going on? No worries, bro. Happy to have that in the YouTube section. As long as you keep it in the appropriate channels. Don't mind if you promote yourself a little bit in our group, as long as it's tasteful and not hammering it down the throats, because we do mainly talk investments there. So yeah, you're welcome to chuck that up. Thank you for doing that. Good to see you over there, SNE, as always. I still haven't bragged about Vertcoin yet, so I'm going to do that, because I picked the supports like flat out perfectly yesterday. Don't know what it's done today, but I nailed it yesterday. Yeah, it's dropping back down, but again, I said yesterday, and we were talking about it, and I'm going to brag, and I said 23,000 is going to be support, and if you look at the 24-hour low, oh, damn it, stop. Well, look, it's 23,300. I'm not going to, you can look it up yourself on Bittrex. Pretty stoked about that. And if you looked at it like that big spike right there, doink, that is because Fish said go and buy it. Nah, I'm just joking. Yeah, cool. That'd be cool, ACU5. I'd love a video chat, man. We'll do that and we'll talk about the coin. That sounds interesting. But yeah, that's the Fish effect, obviously. I said go and buy PIVX. Everyone went, all right. Sorry, PIVX. I said go and buy Vertcoin. Go buy PIVX too. Make your own decisions. But stop loss BTT to tether is smart. Okay. I'm going to read that. Hey, Ethercept, welcome. Man, not much. We've been blabbing on. You know us. We chat more than we actually cover. But welcome. We're having a look at Vertcoin at the moment because I am bragging about my effect on the market yesterday, my clear effect. Yeah, so there was a good chance for, like, it popped over 27, 28 even at one stage. So you could have gone from 23,000 to 28,000 within the space of 2 hours of watching the Crypto Wave Investment Cruise show yesterday. So tell me we're not killing it. I did actually do a quick buy sell on that because it made good money quickly, right? I'm not going to pass up 10% in hours. No way. So I did sell out some and I set them back. So I can tell you where I set those buy orders for Vertcoin. I've got buy orders currently set at, no I don't. I must have hit them already. Yeah, I did. I set it back at 25,056. So I've just dropped below that at the moment. It's just dropped into the 24.6s. So it has dropped below. Yeah, okay. All right. Just now it's dropped below that 25,000 psychological. And that's the first time it's really done that. So we're into 24.9s now. And 24.6 being the bid. And that's 96 and 98 cents. So it's only just under that dollar mark, honestly. If you're looking to get in, you might want to wait a bit longer. Just because I got such high sells, I was able to take it there and still be essentially into profit, the way I see it, because I'm accumulating more coins. So, yeah, I'm stoked I've hit that buy order anyway. You need to do some TA education, Pete. Go and speak to Bo Vosh, man. The guy kills it. Or just do, like I do, eyeball Fibonacci sequence. Honestly, the most important thing you can start to do is learning. To me, Investopedia is a good source. There you go. Xiao's just given us one. Investopedia. If you take a look at that, Xiao says there's some good training to be had there on TA. So thanks for that one, Xiao. That's awesome, mate. Me personally, don't work with much more than lines of support and lines of resistance and keep on top of the news because I don't think it matters. You see these spikes that don't make any sense with TA, right? And that's because the news came out about something. Or dips that don't make any sense if you're looking at the TA. So for me, yeah, I do know my TA and I know enough about it to get decent buys and line up, that resistance point at 89,998 is stupidly consistent on PIVX at the moment. And until that changes and we crash right through there, which we will one day, I believe so, I'll keep setting small sell orders there and buying it back when it dips again. So it's important to actually line up those consistent points of, yeah, okay, good point, yeah. Yeah, I like to line up points of support and resistance and find those points. This is a good conversation. Everyone's interested in this. So everyone's got an opinion on TA. And I said, look, I prefer to look for the news. And Joe's just said, yeah, but if there's no news, TA is really helpful. It's really only affected by news, and that's because it's such a small market, in my opinion. Yeah, that's cool. And Xiao said something that we sort of say fairly regularly, that you can trade a rumour. Hodler or chart. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. So Jow's saying you can trade a rumor, you can hodl, pick a good coin and hodl, or you can play the charts with your TA, if you know what you're doing in that space, obviously. So, yeah, but get over there if you want to learn some. Yeah, Agent Smith likes his technical analysis. The channel's actually getting a lot more stuff on it over at the Discord group, and I've even had a look on there myself. And like that, we've got some good TA people in the group. So when I do my little fish and Archie sequence and my eyeballing crap here, maybe go and check with our, unless you're like me and you don't really care, just hold and wait till it runs up. Pretty simple strategies for a pretty simple guy. Yeah, but check it out. It's good to educate yourself, because otherwise you do find yourself just buying high. And that's the thing. It's fine as long as you don't sell after that, because you're going to get to high points as long as you've chosen good coins. I don't think the good coins in our market have hit their historical highs. Not even close. So it's fine. But why not get the best entry points you can by learning a bit about technical analysis? And as your knowledge of that increases, you can actually do a little bit of trading as well. But remember what I said yesterday. 90% of your capital gone in 90 days. For 90% of you, if you're new at trading, and it will go to the Wilkies of the world. So yeah, we've got an awesome Discord group, Agent Smith. I'm so stoked with it. So yeah, we're doing pretty good, man. We've made some good investments and having some fun with the competitions and all that sort of stuff. So it's just a good chat every now and again as well. Crypto K's always dropping articles down. So is Xiao, Bo Vosh. Everyone, man, it's good. I drop a thing or two in there every now and again, but I like to save most of my stuff for the chat here. Yeah, okay. See, there's another TA fan, Ethercept. So there you go. That's interesting, Joe. Joe's got a pretty cool tactic, man. He's very clever in this economy. He's figured out little tactics to, move money between exchanges and things like that to make the extra percentages. He's a very clever boy. And he's just giving up one of his tips here to Pete, just in the general chat. So I'm sorry, Joe, I'm going to give it to the world now. He changed his settings on Twitter so that when certain Twitter accounts post, it sends me a notification to his phone. So that's what he does. Twitter's one of the best avenues to keep on track of the news coming out for cryptos, because that's where the CEOs and communities are posting. So that's clever. So Joe's set himself notifications when those major people, and then what he does, he sees a coin added on an exchange. If that, someone tweets about, we've been added to this, he buys it straight away as soon as he sees that. So bang, act on the news, boom, like that. And then he said he usually sees 10% gains pretty much straight away. Very cool, Joe. Very cool, man. 10%. Banks aren't going to give you that over 2 years, let alone 10 minutes. So, mate, really cool. Really cool little strategy there, Joe. Thanks for sharing that with the group, man. Crypto Cow, I hope you don't have Binance. Why are we not allowed to have Binance? I haven't even checked. I got District. That's all I bought over there was District 0x. And that's gone kaput anyway, so I'm not exactly risking a lot of money. But is Binance... My coin's gone somewhere else for that of it. Won't be the last time it happens to me, I'm sure. I do have Binance on my coins. Binance got transferred to Mu when Chinese FUD happened. Yeah, cool, Joe. Every coin gets listed in Binance, gets dumped, or price doesn't change at all. Yeah, there was a lot of big investors over there to start with, Xiao. I think a lot of the price action getting dumped is simply because of the Chinese reaction, right? It's a Chinese exchange. Binance itself the Binance coin had made a bit of a recovery last time I checked. And they've come out and said that like only 10% or 15% of their clientele was actually Chinese anyway. Let me just check Binance. Mu just started showing prices on the CSNO tokens. Thank you, Pete. Let's just have a quick look here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree, Joe. Joe's just saying that, people are getting scared and selling on really good projects. And that it does, long term, these projects still have plenty of potential. So rather than seeing it as a crisis, maybe see it as an opportunity. What are we congratulating Agent Smith on? I don't like to congratulate Ripple investors. What did he do? Oh, good on you, Agent Smith. Your first month in investing. How you done, man? It's a tough month to be your first month in with the shakeout of China. If you've even broken even this month, you've done well. So congrats. Ethercept 1 month in crypto. I got you guys covered. I've been in here 4, almost 5 months now. Oh, I'm a veteran. Fish the surfer crypto veteran. Jeez, that makes me really knowledgeable in this space. I'm not sure how knowledgeable I am in this space. I caught bloody Julian from 10X. I caught his last video post. I couldn't understand a word. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go surfing. But it sounded smart. Anyway, oh, you got in January, Ethercept. Cool. Yeah, you're Ripple strong, man. That's cool. I'm only joking about, yeah, so you saw that interview, right? I was like, what? Sounds smart, dude. I'm with you. 10X price had a good run up too, because I got to sell on that as well. Just trading a little bit of it because I'm still accumulating that. So I'm trying to buy in more than I'm trying to sell at the moment. You only bought top 3 until about a month ago. That's a lot of people's strategy. Not unusual. In Australia, it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, because we can go through Coinbase and get them easily, right? So it takes a while for everyone else to figure out the value of the altcoins, that it's actually worth chasing them down on the exchanges. Yeah, man, same as everyone. Ethercept, you're doing the same. Everyone gets... Mate, I got into the economy the exact same way. What do you think my first 3 purchases were? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Same way as everyone else gets into it, right? And you see that flow of money. How far from Perth am I, bro? I'm on the other side of the country. So let's say... You're in the States, are you not? AC? No, I don't know where you are, ACU5, but it's a big continent, Australia. So I'm on... I don't know how. Look, I'll tell you, distance from Gold Coast to Perth, hang on. It's going to be away. Distance from Gold Coast to Perth. I used to live in Perth, though. Beautiful, beautiful city. Gold Coast to Perth is a 46 hours drive. It's 4,336 kilometres from here to Perth. Ah, okay, you went to Perth and Sydney, right. Well, I'm up on the Gold Coast, man. So Brisbane would have been a port that you'd probably be aware of being from the Navy. There's ports up in Brisbane. So Queensland, I'm right down the southern end of Queensland. I'm actually just a little bit over the border. Just into New South Wales territory. I'm actually a Queenslander. Oh, you've been here? Cool. So that's where I am, bro. Long way away. No, I haven't talked about Walton. I've seen it creeping up the charts, Hourglass. Good gains on it. I don't even know what the value proposition on that one is yet. So we're going to have to add that to the board. I'll be honest with you. I'm sitting here in my underwear. So for me to get up right now and write it on the board, probably not a good idea. You only see the top half. So do that from time to time. Crypto chat in Discord. I'm just having a look. Thanks, Joe. Joe's just posted something up in our Discord group. Just having a look now, mate. Crypto chat. Crypto care community. Ooh. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Okay. Really good article from Joe has just popped up in our Discord group, and it look Mizuho. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm sorry, but Mizuho, Japan's biggest banks, plans to launch their own cryptocurrency. Before 2020, we could see a price decline in XRP around development as currency. Mizuho is one of blah blah blah. So there. Let me just. Can I chuck that in? I'll chuck that in the messages for everyone as well. Yeah, there's a side chat going on in the Discord group now. So yeah, I don't know, Agent Smith. There is there is certainly incentive for the banks to go and do it themselves, because then they're cutting out the middleman in Ripple, right? They've got the capabilities, man. They've got the venture capital to do that. They're ripping it off us every year. They'll just up our rates or something and pay for it that way. The news was on CoinDesk today, also cool. You know what I like at the moment? Zcoin. I know it's already taken a massive run up, and maybe just be careful, but Zcoin, I went on about this earlier, like if you go back to probably a month ago posts, we talked about Zcoin being the Japanese, potentially the Japanese trading platform of choice going forward, because it had actually been modelled on a real world trading platform that is preferred by the Japanese investors, and in particular the Miss Watanabe trading group. So Zcoin's one that for me provides pretty interesting value proposition going forward, simply because the Japanese are clearly coming strong into this space. And as we've discussed before, there are rumours that 90%, up to 90% of the country will be ready to accept crypto by the end of 2018. That's pretty insane. Ethercep's got a comment there. Let me just have a look. This is on the Ripple debate at the moment, so we're just having a little Ripple debate. We're going to get sidetracked from every... Look, we didn't actually set a topic for today, so we can talk about anything. Xiao said, in my opinion, blockchain is driven by community. If Ripple is for the banks, there is no community. Haha! Yeah! No community, exactly. Thanks though, yeah. Ethercept said, I doubt Ripple is going down. I expect a candle pop in October. We'll sell the swing, maybe 40% of the position. Candle pop in October, we'll sell the swing, maybe 40% of position. Yeah, so Ethercept said he's going to sell out. He's waiting for a pump and then selling out of 40%. I think that's what you're getting at there, Ethercept. That's the thing, even when you've decided that the coin's not what you want to be in anymore, you wait. Like honestly, unless you've got news to say, get out now, you wait. You wait for someone else to like it and you sell it to them at that price. And at higher than you paid for it is always generally the golden rule to make money. Hourglass. Yeah, Hourglass said Ripple will have its place. Can't be total anarchy in this space. We need a certain amount of government for regulation. Agree and disagree. Agree and disagree, bro. I agree it can't be total anarchy, but I believe governance by consensus is a better way forward than governance by governments, because governance by governments has failed us for too long now. So I'm not interested in backing them. Bloody Russians, eh? Agent Smith, he reckons they're hacking him again. That's alright, man. The Russians are big on crypto. We don't mind them. Yeah, Japanese people like safe investments. If you go on Japanese information sites, only coins you will find is Ripple, Bitcoin and Ether. That's interesting, Joe. And I agree, man. Like the Japanese yen itself is a safe haven, right? From fiat investing. Stuff goes down in the world. You chuck your money into gold. You chuck your money into the Japanese yen. You chuck your money into the Swiss franc. Trading 101, right? So, yeah. Yeah, so CryptoCare, that's Joe, thinks they will be a safe investment, those three coins. Having said that, there's nothing stopping them from dumping Ripple and going with their own blockchains like Mizuho. So that's an interesting bait. The whole Ripple got positioned himself so well to be working with banks, and then the banks said, you know what, we might just do it ourselves. Certainly a possibility. Jia said, I feel like the big percentage of the market is like Japanese secure investments only. That's an interesting point, Agent Smith, but you've got to understand also that now that the technology is being developed, it's easier to develop, right? We essentially are pioneering it, and whether we like it or not, the information gets out there publicly, and it's easier for the bank to come along and go, right, this works better, and that doesn't. Okay, now we'll do our own. So we could certainly be running test cases for what the banks will eventually do. The point Agent Smith made, and the point I was responding to, is that how many of these banks have functioning products? And he said none. Ripple is already in several banks. Yeah, the other thing is that Icon's been linked with several banks, Joe. So what's your opinion on that? So do you think Icon will also go down the way of Ripple in terms of the banks will go, you know, we don't want to, the Korean banks that have already been linked with ICX, do you think they'll end up going, nah, you know what, we'll just do our own? Or do you reckon, like, because ICX is such a promising blockchain project, they'll stick with it. That's interesting, just linking the two. Some really good comments coming down here on Ripple. Let's have the debate. It deserves it. We talk about it a lot. So I'm going to read out these comments just to make sure everyone's getting their say in on this. Just see where we're up to. And this is what I like. No one's attacking each other. It's just good information, lots of alternative views. We'll get a good feel for where the market's going on this just by keeping, holding our position, sure. But weighing up the facts as they come in and being able to be malleable with your position the same way as the market is. And that's how we get a true indication. So I'm just going to read out a couple of comments here. What percentage of your portfolio is Ripple? Minus 12.5%. It's one of my secure safety coins. That's from Ethercept. Thank you, Ethercept. Joe said, yes, but how much more funding does a bank have in comparison to a coin? And that was a point I was getting at, Joe. And that was Joe's response to, Ripple have already got a working product. And I agree with Joe. They've got plenty of money. They've got resources up to yin yang, man, to get as... They can basically hire up half the blockchain world if they want right now. Dimon's already done it, reportedly. Diamond, whatever his name is. Dickhead. We'll call him Dickhead from now on. Dickhead's already done it. So, banks can do it themselves. Let's say, JP Morgan are obviously going to be working with a lot of blockchain project Dickhead's bringing out. So, yeah, banks can do it themselves, and they've got a bucket load of resources because they've spent 200 years taking them off us. So, they probably, I know. Yeah, I did see some, he was facing some noise about it though, which is good. I don't think anything will happen because he's rich and powerful. But at least he was facing some noise about the comments made over Bitcoin and then a big JP Morgan buy order being put in Europe. So at least he's facing some heat about that. And he copped that mad MC Fish rap as well. So, burn! Nah. Yeah, so let's keep moving on. Ripple is a really interesting debate at the moment with banks actually shaping to move to their own blockchain. People like JP Morgan playing their little games. And, Icon coming on and has already got banks aligned with in Korea, and they'd obviously be looking to expand that internationally. So it's a really interesting space for Ripple at the moment, especially for such a big market cap coin. Let's have a look. Also very prominent on the biggest GES. They can hire a team of 1,000 people and finish in a month. That's exactly what I was getting at, Joe. I think it depends on how much money is already in Ripple, also how much those people stick with it. So, again, really good points, guys. I like this. I'm just reading out the debate so you guys can all make your own decisions. Banks like total control. Maybe it's better to have his own coin and blockchain, says Zhao. Ethercept said, I could lose my ass if it was dropped, laugh out loud. Luckily, I'm running on profits. Still, it would suck. I plan on dropping down to about 6% in October on the pop. Thanks for that, Ethercept, for sharing your plan, man. That's pretty bold, like putting your plan out there. I do it as well because I'm not a huge player, so I'm not going to massively affect the market by releasing my strategy on YouTube. So thanks for sharing that, man. Gives us an idea of what you're doing. I think that's clever. You've made money. The information's starting to come out as a bit sketchy, so maybe... Or not sketchy, but uncertain with competition jamming into the space. So I think that's smart, man. I think that's smart. Keep it at 6%. Don't sell out altogether. Clever play. Agent Smith says that probably around 15% of his portfolio is made up with Ripple. Pete says, I seriously haven't looked at Ripple more than the name, so couldn't have an opinion. Thanks for that, Pete. Legend. Just dropping it in there. Joe said, no, because ICX is also a DApp platform, so it's another feature to increase value. Yeah, good point, Joe. Good point. He was responding to my question, could I see banks pulling away from ICX as well? So, no, that's a great answer to that, Joe. Well done. Dickhead works for that shit eater, I think he was getting out there. Thank you, Ethercept, I agree. JP Morgan hosts meetups about blockchain in their offices. Xiao said, they're cheeky, aren't they? XRP will definitely be the only major player in the space. Long as they can be in the top 5, I'll be okay in the long run. That's Agent Smith's opinion. Again, I'm just reading the debate here, so it's really interesting. A benefit of using XRP is that it can be adopted by many banks instead of a bunch of banks having their own coins that won't be compatible with each other, atomic swaps. Agent Smith, really good points, man. I like it. I love this debate. This is a cool one. We've kind of been due. I've been skipping over Ripple. I've been a prick to Ripple. I have been. So it's good that we've had this debate today. Oh, you got customers again, Hourglass. Okay, that's cool. IT projects don't finish quickly, especially with banks. I used to work in IT development projects in Manhattan. Banks are like education or government. They move slow. That's interesting, Etherset. They make money and are afraid of change because they make money. Now, I've said that for ages, man. I said we're going to have a hell of a battle on our hand because the people who currently have the power and the money aren't going to want to give it up, are they? So they're going to use that power and influence that they have over the rest of the world with the money at the moment to try and hold. They don't want the system to change. They're kicking back earning millions of dollars just in interest. You know, the really rich don't ever, they earn 10 times what you and I earn in a year just by kicking their money in a bank. So to be lent out to other people at higher rates, so the bank can continue to make money. So yeah, it's 10 times the amount that is actually held. Actually, that's how the reserve banking system works. But we'll get onto that on a later date. Jiao's just commenting on Ethercep's comment there and said, "True, I have friends working with security in banks. They are sloppy and they don't release a lot of money in tech. At least around here." Sorry, I'm just getting to the end of that. Oh, at least around here. Yeah, cool. And that's in Portugal, obviously. Jiao's over in Portugal, so in Europe there. The whole point of XRP is to create easy, cost-effective transfers between a network of banks. That's what Agent Smith said. Thanks, Agent Smith. Yeah. So that's a great debate. That gives you an idea of, you know, why Ripple hasn't done either one. You know? If we were all saying the same thing, we'd likely see price action that indicated the same thing. If we're all saying, look, it's a good project, it's probably going to do that. If we're all saying it's garbage, because we've got enough experienced people on here to give us a true indication of market sentiment. So to me, hey, Jiao, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it for this week's poll? Oh, by the way, we need a spelling correction. I think it's put up as pools. But we've got one there that says pools on the side. That meant to be polls. Let's do it for the weekly. Let's do it for this week's poll and just say, let's just ask, will we see more banks, something like, will we see more banks taking on their own blockchain projects, or will projects like Ripple and, let's just ask the question, where's Ripple going? Do you think Ripple will hold a top 5 spot in the crypto economy going forward? Something like that. Let's just make a Ripple question in our poll so we can actually get yes and no's and get true indication of market sentiment. That's what I'd like to do over there. Let's just check the chat again because we've had a couple more comments come up. Ethercept said, as an example, some major players on Fifth Avenue and Wall Street have small IT infrastructure of like 3 people, 5 or 10, for a huge bank. And they don't know much. Like to keep their heads low. Yeah, cool. That's interesting, Mr. Mystical. Mr. Mystical said maybe something like Tether with the US dollar backing, but protocols of Ripple. Got some smart people in this chat, we really do. Our Discord group might be small, and our YouTube group might be small, but we got some pretty clever people in the group. I think if this is Agent Smith, I think if a specific bank is transfer coin of the same concept, their competitors will refuse to adopt it. A third party creating this would be more likely to be adopted on a mass scale. Great argument, really clever. My guess is they would be more likely to outsource to SAIC, S-A-I-C, or Lockheed, or another defence contractor to manage it, is what Ethercept believes. Exactly at Ethercept, banks are still trapped in old tech. They only care about money. New development costs money. That's interesting, Jeff. Oh yeah, I agree that they do try and keep their costs down, man. I had this debate with St. George yesterday. I said, you guys just, that IVR system you've got at the start of for me to get through to a customer service agent, taking 2 minutes of pressing buttons when I'm a customer for 5 years, paying 25 grand a year in interest. Yeah, I don't like being held on 2 minutes and, what would you like to talk to us about today? If it's this, press 1. If it's this, press 2. Just put me through to a bloody operator. 2 minutes through an IVR. And it's inbuilt inefficiency, and it's specifically designed to make you hang up the phone so that they don't have the cost of having to deal with your customer service complaint. It's the truth. Why else? It's not to... Look, they'll say it's to run it through to the correct departments, and there is some validity to that, but honestly, if you look at their abandoned call rates, and I know this, I used to do call centres, so if you look at the metrics that they're operating on compared to what our call centre rater and what Toledo over in Sri Lanka, they're a BPO, the Business Process Outsourcing Company in Sri Lanka, go and have a look at their metrics for call centres. Go and have a look at the metrics they achieve. 99.8% successful calls, like 0.02% abandoned. It's ridiculous. And then we get massive companies like St. George Bank and Westpac making millions and millions of dollars a year and deliberately making their customer service channels difficult so that they don't have to deal with it. Sorry for the rant. You guys know me. I'm going to go on a rant. Yeah, Agent Smith. Bang! Can't read that out, but exactly. Yeah. I want to read it out, but I can't. You know that. This has nothing to do with the topic, but if anyone is interested in not paying capital gains tax on the crypto earnings, you can buy gold anonymously with BTC. I'm just reading out comments. I'm not taking responsibility for that advice. I'm not telling you how to circumvent the tax and the money you've made on crypto. I think, look, at the moment you could still actually you could actually do it legally, completely legally as a gambling write-off. We could... check. There's a few people in our group who are pretty good with tax, so we can check with them. Yeah, I'm not doing tax evasion. I'll declare everything I'm supposed to, but I'm just saying whether it can be written off as gambling wins, a windfall from gambling, because it's not a regulated market yet in Australia. So they still essentially classify gambling. I think that was half the problem in getting Bitcoin ATMs in the first place. So you pay your own version of taxes. That's nice, Mr. Mystical. I'm not going to pry into that. Kerry Packer, I think it was Kerry Packer who very famously said, when he was questioned about how much tax he paid, for those of you who don't know Kerry Packer, the Packers are a massive, massive family in Australia in terms of their wealth. Top 5, definitely. Kerry's passed away now. He did amazing things for the world of cricket. He was a pretty interesting guy, actually, all around. But there was a lot of rumours that with all the money he made, he paid like $3 a year in tax. And a reporter actually asked him about that. And he just sat back and true Kerry Packer style and said, anyone who pays more tax than they have to is an idiot. And what he was saying is, we're doing it all legally. Like, this all exists within our legal system. Our accountants are doing everything by the book. And if we're only paying $3 tax because we're smart enough to understand the system, that's our windfall. And so he basically challenged people when he said he was doing the wrong thing. He said, no, I'm not. He said, the government's doing the wrong thing by allowing me to do that legally. So it was really interesting. I'm just catching up because there's been a lot of commenting. Yeah, it's a good store of value, gold. I agree. Gold's definitely a good store of value. And it's a good backup to crypto as well. And fiat, for that matter. Because if the world... if society does break down, you're going to want something physical. You're going to want something tangible. As simple as that. If society breaks down, computers probably aren't going to matter and fiats probably aren't going to matter. So gold, silver, tangible. I've got physical stores of gold and silver. So I think that's a smart way to back up your fiat. I've got my house, so real world assets are not a bad idea, for sure. Just going to catch up again with the chat. Yeah, good idea. Tax evasion, pay my own taxes. It is considered a capital gain in Australia, Pete said, just to let you know. Yeah, alright. So does that mean it's a write-off if I've lost money as well, Pete? I'm not saying I'm going to get creative with which accounts I declare. Because if they can call it capital gains, then surely I can write it off as well, right? Oh, wow. Guess what? My Binance account just made my tax. Because the only thing I bought is District 0x, and I've gone about a third on that. Written off. This show is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Fish is a character, and the tax department cannot get me for tax evasion because you have no proof I'm doing it. Sorry, guys. All right, let's get back on topic. Here we go. If you're taking 100k, you'll pay about 40% in Australia. Yeah, no, we got some pretty mad capital gains tax in Australia, Pete. 40% in Oz if you're taking out the big stuff, so that's not unusual, mate. Yep, Joe, catch rates. It's like selling a second house. Yes, capital gains. Yep, exactly. Capital gains is something you get charged on the capital gain in an investment, as the name suggests. So, if you sell out of an investment and you've made capital on that investment, then you have to pay tax on it. Usually about 30 or 40% in Australia, depending on the industry that you've made it in. So that's an interesting little segue into, look, we might as well talk about taxes. We're talking about the banks as well. Oh, is there? I just got a, Zhao's just said I'd advise to order a 10x card because there is a big white list waiting. Yeah, cool, man. Or I can just fly over and knock on the door. I'll sit outside with the sign saying I'm not leaving until you give me my 10x card and fly over to Singapore. I want to go back to Sri Lanka soon, so I might drop into 10x offices on my way. That's the plan at the moment. I just got to see when I can get there. You just ordered yours today? Yeah, I think 10x is the way to go, bro. I think you can. Last time I saw, you could. Ethercept. Ethercept's just asking Zhao, can he get a 10x card in the US? I think he can. I think there was just a delay till November. Like anywhere outside of Europe was getting delayed till November. Don't quote me on that, please. Fish and Julian interview, man. I'll do an interview with him for sure. The guy's got plenty of energy. He's got a prettier version of my hair, right? I'm getting all this cut off, by the way. I'm looking ridiculous at the moment. This and this has got to go. I got a couple of comps coming up. I can't have it all in my face, so it's got to go. I don't know if I'll get to do it for the crypto charity shave, so I might just go down and actually get a haircut at the hairdressers. Sorry, we'll do the shave eventually after that. Are you saying you can't? Are you saying I can't do the shave in that, Agent Smith, or are you saying that you can't get that credit card in the USA? I think you're referring to my shave, and that's got to happen, man. I can't see when I'm surfing. Yeah, okay, Xiao's just confirmed for everyone that you can get it. It'll just be delayed. Thanks, Xiao. Legend. Look, we are getting towards an hour at the moment. Let's have a quick look at the economy. I know we talked a lot of... We sort of went on to a... Oh dear. I'm not going to read that one, Ethercept. I got European heritage, mate. I think. Don't know. Probably a mix of all sorts of things. Most of us are in Australia. Alright, I'm going to have a look and just check the markets before we leave and see which way the economy's heading. I did have a look at that Binance coin, by the way, and it had taken a retracement of 6.5% last time I checked. So just checking on that. Just check the economy before we wrap it up. It's 136 when we checked in. Have we had... Yeah, look, I'm afraid that's Agent Smith. He's cost the economy about 600 million in the last hour. So we're down about 600 million, just under a billion. No big deal. Back down to 135.9 there. 3906. See if Bitcoin can find support there, 39. I'll just do a quick PIVX check before we go because we didn't have a look at that. It's $3 flat. It's been pretty resistant, so that's good. I still think, like I did say at 280, under $3 is good. We'll get back to that, 310, 330, around that figure in the short term, and obviously long term we'd be looking to go back towards our historical highs and even higher. That's what we're working towards. Obviously, I can't guarantee that will happen, but we are working very hard on that. So make your own decisions. It does look like a fairly steady middle of the week for investing at the moment. Do be aware that the whales can cash out and go and drink their Mai Tais on a beach during the weekend. So we often see slight retracements going into the weekend, and then as the trade volumes drop off, there can be sort of lower profits to be had, and maybe better off waiting sometimes until the Monday to get back into the market. We did see that beautiful spike nice and early Monday morning. The big question now is that going to be the restore of confidence we need, or are we just going to steady around there until we get some more info about China and about people like Diamond doing their thing? Anyway, I'm going to peace out, guys. It's been really good chatting to you all again. We had a thorough look at Ripple today, at least a thorough debate about Ripple today, which was awesome. I think it was well overdue. So thank you for joining in on that. I'm going to try and get onto that Ether Dark one, because Joe just always brings in good coins. I'll get onto the Campus coin and that other one as well. I can't promise it'll be tomorrow. Yeah, KMD, cool. Just a quick one before we go, because Agent Smith wanted to jam it in there. KMD, everyone have a look at KMD if you're ready. Big things ahead. Yep, we've been talking about catch up, Agent Smith. We've been talking about that for a week. I'm joking, bro. Monet's, strategic alliance. Anyway, I'm out. See you guys. Catch you tomorrow.